My child, if you're hearing these words right now, I want you to stop for a moment and remember this. What you lost does not mean your story is over. There are things you once prayed for, people you once trusted, opportunities you thought would remain forever, and dreams you believed were finally becoming real, only to watch them disappear. Maybe you have asked yourself, why did God allow me to lose this? Maybe you still carry the pain of something that ended, something that walked away, or something you could not save no matter how hard you tried. But listen carefully, because what you lost is not necessarily what your future will look like. God sees the empty spaces in your life that nobody else sees. He sees the moments when you smile in front of everyone, but quietly wonder why things had to fall apart. He saw every tear, every unanswered question, every night when you wondered whether anything good could come again. And I want you to understand something important. Just because something left your life does not mean God left your life. Sometimes what feels like loss is actually a change of direction. Sometimes the door you wanted to remain open had to close because God could see what you could not. Sometimes you're holding on to something because you remember what it was while God is looking at what it would become. You may think you lost an opportunity, but God may be preparing a better one. You may think you lost a relationship, but God may be protecting your heart from something you could not see. You may think you lost your chance, but God is reminding you that your future is not controlled by one moment, one person, or one closed door. And here is what I want you to hold on to. Restoration does not always mean getting the exact same thing back. Sometimes God restores your peace instead of restoring the person. Sometimes He restores your confidence instead of restoring the opportunity. Sometimes He gives you a completely new beginning instead of taking you back to an old chapter. That is why you cannot judge your future by what you have lost. You have been looking at the empty space and thinking, there is nothing left for me, but God may be preparing something you have not even imagined yet. Your loss may have changed you, but it does not have to destroy you. Your disappointment may have wounded you, but it does not have to define you. Your past may explain where you have been, but it does not have the authority to decide where you're going. So if you have been crying over something you lost, let this be the moment you begin releasing it into God's hands. You do not have to understand everything today. You do not have to know exactly what comes next. You only have to trust that the God who carried you through what you lost can also lead you into what comes next. One day, you may look back and realize that the thing you thought was the end was actually the moment everything began to change. The chapter you wanted to continue may have ended because another chapter was waiting to be written. The door that closed may have redirected you toward a door you would never have found otherwise. So don't spend the rest of your life staring at what is gone. Look forward. There is still purpose ahead of you. There is still hope ahead of you. There are still prayers to pray, dreams to pursue, people to meet, lessons to learn, and moments you have not experienced yet. What you lost is part of your story, but it is not the whole story. God can restore what you thought was gone, and even when He restores it differently than you expected, it can still become something beautiful. So breathe again. Let go of the fear that your best days are behind you. They are not. Your life is not finished because something ended. Your future is not empty because something disappeared. Keep walking, keep trusting, and keep your heart open because what you lost may have been painful, but what God is preparing may show you why you had to let it go.